Hey, there we are. Oh God!
Hello.
Oh God! I'm exposing things. All right, there we go. I fixed it. How is everybody? Welcome to The Solution. Sort of.
Yeah. This is the solution.
This is The Solution.
Below me. So we're doing a subscription box by Hunt a Killer. And this is their third season. It's called Initiation. We are on box 5. I just got this yesterday in the mail. And so this is brand new. So we're going to go through the contents of box 5. So if you haven't gotten one yet, be aware. Box 5. We're going to show you everything that's in here.
Yeah, and that should be noted. That's why we were off the last 2 weeks. We ran out of content for box 4 and needed to, in turn, wait for box 5 to show up.
But now we have it, and it's super duper interesting. There's some weird shit in here. So let's start.
Yeah, no, this is an interesting box. All right, so we got these envelopes. It comes in envelopes, like boxes do. And then we got some letters. Traditionally, we start with a letter from Felix, which I feel like I say every time we start a new box. But here we are.
I think that's true. You want to go ahead and read that?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. I know we should give Emily some slack. She's not feeling super great today either. So, well, Also, give us a follow on Twitch. We have a contest going right now that I keep forgetting to mention at the top of this show because that's when we should mention it. But we have a contest going right now. If you follow us on Twitch, our first 100 followers on Twitch, we're going to give away a PHB, a DMG, and a set of dice or two to one of our first random 100 followers. So give us a follow and say hi in chat. Let us know you're here. If you want to chime in or give an opinion, give some thoughts, give us some ideas about what's going on in the game, let's hear it, man.
Please do. We could definitely use the help.
We're not as smart as we appear to be.
True.
So
I don't know if we really even appear that smart after so many episodes of this show.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, dude.
Whoa.
These are tough. They're tough puzzles.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. All right. Well, here we go. Let's take a read on Felix's letter. So Felix, for anyone, it's been 2 weeks, so we're going to play a little catch up. Felix is the organizer of Listening Friends of America, right? Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so he sends us so every time we get a packet from Listening Friends, he sends us a letter. The local organizer or manager supervisor, Meg, sends us a letter. And we've gotten some other characters giving us letters too, along with our listening friend, Jasper Flowers. So, with no further ado, listening friend. Well. I think I added one too many wells. The sheriff is not well. There's the other well.
Yep.
All right, let's start again. Well. The sheriff is not well. Perhaps is not the time. Perhaps this is not the time, but I believe I told you this would happen. I think our mutual friend down at the archives is starting to lose control of the situation. That means that now it is more imperative than ever that you stay on course. Continue to follow Mr. Flowers' lead. He will slip up, and that is when we will have him. It won't be much longer before we stop this perversion of our family down in Bozeman. Ever deepest appreciation, Felix. What's your initial reaction to this letter?
Because I feel like
okay. What? Did I forget something? Did Felix ever ask us to investigate what was going on? Is that something I missed or forgot about?
Yeah, I think in the, you know what? I have a binder here.
I guess I have it all here too.
Yeah. I think in his first letter, he's like, something strange is happening. Can you investigate? Yeah. Welcome to Listening Friends of America family. As the head of the table, so to speak, I have personally intervened in our standard procedures and assigned you your new friend myself. Looking at your background, you seem very capable of dealing with this particular situation, blah, 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 blah. I know Mr. Flowers has done something unusual and beyond the parameter. I just don't know what it is. I cannot tell you why I say this, at least not yet, but I believe very strongly that whatever he has done will greatly harm LFOA and our mission. We must find out what he has done so we can remedy the situation before it's done.
Okay. So we're
he did. I think we maybe just didn't really recognize that during the first box.
Yeah, I kind of see where we might have dropped the ball there. So anyway, Felix is a weird dude.
Like he's super passive aggressive and kind of shitty. Like if you why are you acting like this, Felix?
Yeah. No, I agree. All right. Next up, we have this letter from Meg, who is the inspector and Bozeman for Listening Friends of America. We have our own suspicions about Meg, but Emily, you want to read this letter from Meg?
Yeah, let me pull this up really quick on my Computron. So, Meg says, "Dear listening friend, before I go on my upcoming vacation, I had to finish making Friends of America Bozeman directory. It was a big project, but I finished it. You'll see it next month after I finish printing all of the copies. Do you make copies of things very often? I try to avoid copies and instead make iterations of an original. Copies, particularly copies of copies, really lose fidelity to the original along the way. The more copies, the more loss of fidelity. I think that is why I like all my colleagues so much. We're all very original. I take it that you are very original too. Thanks for listening. Meg Gibson, Inspector, LFOA." Meg's super whack too.
Why is everybody at Listening Friends of America weird?
I don't know. Because I don't think any of them are them. I think it's all Jasper.
That's a suspicion we've said before, and I think that's true as well. The more we read, the more I believe it. So the next two letters are Sheriff and Jasper. I'll take those, and then we have Sylvia's, which usually you help me with through because it's a struggle.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you want to do Sheriff or Jasper? Let's do Jasper first, since that's who we are friends with.
Yeah.
All right. So here's Jasper's letter, and we shall go. Dear friend, I feel that I have come so far from those juvenile days when I was just beginning to understand myself and my place in the world. Now I understand my place, the place of Jasper, and also the place of others. It was so long ago. Sorry. It was so long ago when the murder at the museum forced the hands of local law enforcement to knock on doors at one time and then discover Manny. Now I am here, and once again law enforcement buzzes at the door. I do not think that this time the questions of the sheriff will center on Manny. Roommates can be funny. Okay. Manny was short for Manuel. Manuel Diabamos. Diabomos? Manuel Diabomos. We'll go with that. He told me his... Manuel Diabomos. He told me was his name, but he also told me he was Portuguese, and I don't think that was very true. There is a lot to tell from that period of my life, and not enough time. Not enough ink to journal everything. But I would like to tell you, at least, that Manny was not a nice person. One of his many hobbies was to torture small animals. He would attempt to kill them in such a way as to capture the fear in their expression when they preserve it through taxidermist techniques. His apartment was not a very hospitable place to stay. I arrived in Bozeman, very young and naive, and when I first met Manny, he appeared to be a nice guy. We both liked jazz, though we took different approaches to the genre. I prefer the intricate harmonies of Dizzy. He liked the crazed antics of Monk. It was only later, after sharing an apartment, that I learned about his bad habits. He had a very chaotic personality. It was a good thing that I found Sylvia. I wish I heard something from her again. You have seen her letters. Do you think there's a chance? She's someone who I thought I understood immediately for whatever reason. She appeared to be, to me, both transparent and interesting. That is such a rare thing in people. It is difficult to write all of this down, to be honest. I don't usually write at all. Our friendship, if we can even call it that, is the only way I have communicated with another living person for quite some time. I generally keep myself to myself. Once I put my mind to something, I will not stop until I see it all the way through. I like that about myself. There are very few things I like about myself. I admire other people immensely. Do you ever wonder how people live their lives? There is such a variety of people. Some are just, some are vindictive, some are crazy, some are eccentric. It is all just a matter of hue and saturation. There really is so much we can learn from each other if we only open ourselves up to the experience. I hope that you may one day feel that very special connection with someone. I like to think that I have been very lucky to have had many. Ever so cordially, Jasper. That was the most normal letter he sent us.
Yeah, I feel like Jasper has some, self-esteem that he needs.
He definitely has self-esteem issues. But that was definitely the most normal letter he sent us.
Yeah.
And this font is very hard to see periods with.
Yeah, it's not great. In person, it's actually really clear, but
Whatever.
Photos and the internet.
I don't want to talk about it. All right. Next up, we have this weirdly spaced letter from the sheriff.
I noticed that too. Do his other ones look like that? Let's look.
I don't think so.
Let's find
Nope.
out.
Normal spacing. Normal spacing. Normal spacing. Yeah, no. This is the first time it's been spaced like that. That's bizarre.
I mean, kind of a weird thing to notice, but at the same time,
it's also very
obvious.
Very odd. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
It's also odd that this is the first thing we both noticed, so that's meaningful to me. Anyway.
Yeah.
We have this letter from the sheriff. Dear Felix, I just want you to know that you can ignore that last letter I sent you. I was madder than a horse in his first saddle, and I didn't know how to release that anger. I thought I was one of those 4 horsemen galloping into the apocalypse, but heroic-like. You know those fellows. What they are like conquest.
What?
That's what it says. I didn't mess that up. You know those fellows. What they are, like conquest. Conquest is sometimes called pestilence, of course, and that is a confusing thing, just like I was confused as a turtle on a post. Anywho, I stopped by the facility today to have a word with Dr. Cortes. She really is a decent sort, and we finally ironed out our little misunderstanding for good. I do not know what got into her, but I was blowing things way out of proportion. A real mountain out of a molehill. If you ask me, I do not have anything to worry about out here. Dr. Cortes runs a tight stable, and I think that body in the woods has nothing to do with anything after all. Seems to be a hunting accident. Sometimes there really are coincidences. I guess. So you can just go on ahead and quit your worrying on that account. I guess I got a bee in my bonnet over nothing. Yes, sir, I sure got real angry and started trying to ruin the peace out here. That is for certain. I really lost my composure and turned really ugly over all this, which is a shame. All that grooming for nothing. Well, like I said, things are looking pretty good around here all in all, which I think means our little arrangement is done. Since there is nothing here to see, I will thank you to allow me to turn my attention to my real job. Best, Randall J. Dietrich. What the hell?
Oh, so, okay,
what
a thing that I
the
just noticed.
Hell?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so this is 1,000% not the sheriff.
No, this is not the sheriff at all.
But a cute thing that they did is this is actually it's the letterhead it looks like it was copied and pasted in over just a regular typed letter. So if you look at all the rest of his letters, I don't know if you can actually see it with the way my pictures, but it's like a blue font. Oh yeah, I might have blackened. But they're all a blue font.
Okay.
And they all have a different signature.
Oh, his signature is different.
Mm-hmm. And the spacing is completely different. Yeah, so like everything before this is all blue, and this is like, and then all the font is black.
He's dead.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know what to think about this.
Either.
Either that or he got a lobotomy.
And different stationery?
Yeah.
Either that or he's just not him.
Huh. All right. Well, now we got Sylvia's letter, which we previously determined we believe are coming out of order, and they are copies of originals, correct?
Yes, and I don't know that we've ever put like on is to try to go through and like organize Sylvia's letters to try to figure out what order they're supposed to come in.
Right. That's probably something we need to do in the near future, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sylvia's letter says, God help my poor little eyes.
Yeah, this one's rough.
Jasper. Yeah. But honestly, like I've got the original in front of me, and it's not any easier.
Okay. Yeah,
like
I'm gonna try and help, but we'll see what we get here.
Jasper, I couldn't go through with it. Knowing what I know now, I just couldn't. I tried to rationalize it, explain it away. For years now, I tried so hard to find some reason as to why you might kill someone. I thought I had it figured out. Had you figured out? I thought I knew who you were, Jasper. Do you even know? A strange man came into the shop a few days. He must have been from Listening Friends of America. He had their pin on the lapel of his suit. He asked all sorts of bizarre questions. I didn't get what he was talking about until he showed me the file he brought with him, your file. Confidential reports, photos. You killed that guard at the computer museum, tore him open. And Manny, too, he was in pieces. You were so precise. How long did that take? How much time did you spend planning it? Did you enjoy it, Jasper? Ooh. Why didn't you do the same to me? It doesn't matter. Good Lord, this is a really dark box. I decided to close the shop. I'm getting rid of everything. I've sent you one thing that I couldn't bring myself to throw away, though. Think of it as a token of our time together. That loop, the one you brought with you from Manny's, was it his? Well, then it'll be something to remember him by, too. When you look at it, I hope you experience some degree of remorse. I'll be leaving town soon. I can't stay, knowing I almost put people in danger by helping you. If running away makes me a coward, well, fine. I can live with that. I can make a new life for myself and forget about everything that happened here, everything you put me through. I cared about you too much. Now I feel sick to think about you. Goodbye. P.S. When I met Dr. Cortes, she told me the facility is implementing a pen pal program. You'll probably get a listening friend soon. It'll be good to have someone after I'm gone. Tell them everything you could never tell me.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Sylvia. Poor little innocent bystander.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, so there was a jeweler's loop that was included in this box, and it seems to do the job. Like, it's just a little jeweler's loop. And I can almost guarantee that the reason that it is included in the box is because of the clock print that was also in this box. Yeah, there's some very tiny writing on there that I think we'll need to decipher with that.
Or the just zooming in on it.
I took a picture like in Mac to get as good, but still pretty shoddy.
I mean, I can
but
I
it
can
looks
read
like it looks
it looks
really
like
familiar.
It looks like equations.
It's the same setup as we solved this puzzle once already.
Oh yeah.
It was Jasper's
There's a
the
lot
grasshopper
of them
joke.
though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay. Interesting.
We'll see how that goes.
Okay. So we do have some
Trey?
other cool stuff here. Next, we start getting into some newspaper articles that they sent us, and one of them appears to be Manny's obituary. So I'll start there.
Yeah.
Dia Bomnos.
Bomnos. Yeah.
All right, we'll go with that.
Sure.
So Manny Diabomos, age 45, passed away and was found in his apartment on Monday morning. Manny owned and operated Manny's Pawn Shop, a thriving local business on Main Street, which opened in 1977. Customers describe him as excitable, a bit of an oddball, willing to strike a deal. In his spare time, Manny enjoyed hunting and amateur taxidermy. He enjoyed collecting self-made mounts, ceramic angel statues, and nature watercolor paintings. He boasted a large collection of jazz cassette tapes, and neighbors say his stereo was put to constant use. Manny, who left no loved ones behind. His body was buried by the state in Sunset Hills Cemetery.
So, first impression, bummer that this guy didn't have any family. But, I imagine that the inside of his house was, really interesting because there was taxidermy and ceramic angel statues and watercolor paintings of nature.
Cool house, man.
That sounds like pretty much anybody's grandma's house.
Fair.
So the next one is another little paper clipping.
Yeah.
Let me pull up a bigger version of this.
Liquidation sale, yo.
Yeah, that's the back.
Whatever. This is interesting. So, how much you want to bet? This is Sylvia's jewelry store.
Yeah, that would definitely make sense.
Yeah. All right, so we have another newspaper article. This is interesting. You want to go?
Yeah. So, investigation uncovers second victim, killer found, by George Redding. During the investigation of a researcher at the American Computer and Robotics Museum, local authorities made a startling discovery. A second dismembered body. With no leads from the evidence found at the museum crime scene, authorities swept the area. When they knocked on the door of Manuel I'm sorry, I can't do it, owner of the local business Manny's Pawn Shop. There you go, thank you. They received no answer. They also reported a foul smell coming from the apartment. The property owner, who lives across town, the door. Inside, authorities found Mr. Diabomnos. The body was dismembered at every major joint. They say the victim is likely to have died several weeks prior. The property owner, who chooses to remain anonymous, stated that he received rent for the apartment last week and didn't suspect anything was wrong, though he admits to not having seen Mr. Diabomnos in person for quite some time. He told the authorities that his former employee, Jasper Flowers, also lived in the apartment. Flowers was taken into custody as the prime suspect and will be charged for the murder of his former employer. However, there is insufficient evidence to also bring charges against him for the computer museum murder. An investigator involved in the case, speaking on condition of anonymity, said that the similarity of the two killings is no coincidence.
There's more. Oh, this was just the back.
That's just the back.
Oh.
They're like talking about a bench in a park.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if I don't think that really has a whole lot to do with anything, or it didn't really seem relevant to me, but.
So then we already looked at the clock gears. We have this cassette tape thing.
Yeah, it was just what it looks like, just an empty cassette case with.
There was no
this
tape. It was just an empty cassette case.
No. Yep. Little piece of paper with a slightly disturbing drawing on one side, and then a track list on the other side. I don't know. I don't know much about that. But it doesn't look like any handwriting that we're familiar with, and
this has got to be Manny's tape.
Yeah, I'm thinking. But I don't know why, like, how would we have got... Why did Jasper
Why did he
have
send
it,
us?
and, like,
Why did he send it to us? Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I think that's it, other than the same as they always are.
You just cut out for most of that. Say it again, please.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying that the only photo that we haven't got, they're just the same way as they always are. Am I cutting out again?
It happened at the exact same moment.
Envelopes.
Okay.
They're the same as always. We don't have to worry about them.
All right. I don't know where to start here. Like, obviously, we start with this clock thing. The sheriff's letter is very intriguing because he's clearly dead. Sylvia's letter's weird.
Everything's kind of weird, man. This box is really like.
Jasper's letter depressing. Is weirdly normal.
I feel like he's like evening out. Like like all of his personalities are like just.
Why did he send us the cassette tape case and mention the jazz in his letter?
I mean, there's obviously something that we're meant to learn from it, but I don't recognize any of these. Yeah, and this is super weird too, because this was like clearly made with an index card and then shrunk to the size of a cassette tape holder. Like it just looks like a colored index card. So like it's a copy. I don't know. I don't think they make index cards that big.
All right. So you want to write down these equations?
Yes. Let me grab.
All right. First thing of note. The hands are in the wrong position for the time. Because it's according to where the hour hand is, it's 2:30, but it's actually like 2:02.
Oh. Well, that's
so I don't
weird.
know if that's relevant, but on the hour hand, though, we have.
Can you see all that stuff clearly enough to like rattle it off?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the other image though. Stand by 1 second. On the hour hand. Ooh, what the? There we go. On the hour hand, the first one is these are times. So 0, 9, 27, and then in parentheses an equation. You ready?
Yep.
4n over 3.
Are we sure it's n and not pi?
It actually looks like an X now that I made a line. Nope, it's pi.
Okay.
Yeah,
4 pi over 3.
Yep, they're all pi. So the next one is 0502.
Okay.
11 pi over 6.
Okay.
0306. And pi over 4.
I'm sorry, what pi over 4?
Just pi over 4. And so this number's weird. It doesn't have a colon. It has just a dot. So this is 04.32 2 pi.
Hold on a second. Let me actually check that because I know that I had to like adjust saturation on that photo. So it might be just blacked out. Hold on. Man, there's like a really faint speck. I think it's supposed to be a colon.
Okay.
All right, so what's that one?
0432 2 pi.
2 pi. Okay.
This one is different. It's 0952 H. Fuck. Once in a while, the zoom tool freaks out. The next one is 0113 pi over 6.
Okay.
The next one is 0015 pi over 3. And then we get to the minute hands.
Okay.
Which I'm going to rotate here. All right. This is going to be a lot of them. There's 2 rows.
That's fine.
First row, 0629, 5 pi over 4.
Okay.
0239C.
Okay.
1659, 2 pi.
Okay.
1203, 5 pi over 3.
Okay.
0000 zeros, 5n over 4.
Mm. 5n over 4.
Yep.
All right.
1340, 3n over 2.
Okay.
1500, 5n over 4.
All right. Are these still times? Are you
Yes.
still seeing?
Yep.
Okay.
It's 24-hour time.
Yeah.
0237, 2 pi.
0237. Pi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the last one in the row is 0244 U.
Any parentheses on that U?
Nope.
And same with the C earlier, the second one?
Only it seems to be only parentheses around the pi equations.
Okay.
And so starting the next row is 0158 H.
Okay.
Next one is 1452 2 pi.
All right.
0643 pi over 3.
Okay.
1001 2 pi.
All right.
0521 pi over 4.
Okay.
13 over 7 pi over 6.
07 over 6. Got it.
1511 3 pi over 2.
All right.
0, 126, 4 pi over 3.
Okay.
0, 736, pi over 6.
Pi over 6. Got
That's
it.
it. That is what is on that clock face.
That's a lot of equations.
Right. I forgot how we solved them. Oops, whoa. You know.
I don't remember. But I bet we can go back and find the puzzle and find it. I'm sure.
Probably true. Alright. Still don't know what's up with this thing.
There's like an unnecessary amount of gears on this thing.
Yeah, that's true.
There's so many.
I wonder if there's anything else in here.
Like a little steampunk nightmare. I didn't see anything else, but you know, I'm old and my eyes are not great. I don't think so though.
I don't think so either.
Like honestly, the way that it's colored, it just reminds me of like a.
Reminds me of a Where's Waldo book. So I feel like the sheriff's letter's code somehow.
I can't say I disagree with that. I think that's probably accurate. The spaces are still.
Spaces are weird.
I mean, just the fact that it's like it's on completely obvious ripped off. It's not.
Yeah. Spaces are weird. The end where it's like, I guess I gotta be in my bonnet over nothing. Yes, sure, I got real angry and started trying to ruin the peace out here. That's for certain. I really lost my composure and turned real ugly over all this. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's so begging like somebody to like he's backpedaling. And I don't know. Like I almost don't understand like why that would be, even if it was Jasper, why would he so hard he's been doing however long to however many people, and now all of a sudden like, oh my god, don't come out here. It seems a little reactionary for Jasper. Like he's usually calm.
I mean, when you kill somebody.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Also, wasn't there something in one of the boxes where he like called Dr. Cortes
A he?
Willa?
Yeah,
like he called her by the wrong name and gender. But how long has Jasper been writing? Because like he would know the difference. So who fucked up the gender? Like was it from the sheriff? Ugh, my thoughts are so muddled right now. I'm on cold medication. Was it from the sheriff that went to the facility and saw Jasper acting as Dr. Cortes and then came back and wrote the letter and said he, and now Jasper is acting as the sheriff and saying she?
Was it just the last letter that he said he?
No, it was like, I don't know, box 2 or 3, I think.
There's no gender associated with Dr. Cortes in this letter.
There's in one of them, he says he.
No, I know.
Calls
I know
her
what you're
Will,
talking about.
but I don't remember where it is. And I guess I'm just trying to establish like the timeline.
I'm looking. Hold on. I'm looking. It's this one, I think.
I want to say it was like, that Will runs a tight ship or something.
Calendar, don't quite know. To make me uneasy and agree on hard way good setup you got there. So I was expecting to sort of grab maybe a little more around the edge. Anyway, Dr. Cortes showed me administrative offices, a room poked around, and a couple of empty patient rooms we had long and champion to hang out. So all in all, I was pretty impressed. Comfortable, buildings in good shape. Ask me, you're in good hands with Dr. Cortes. That Will's one of the good ones. I'd say there's no gender.
Yeah.
We've already established her name's Willa, though.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, like, the timeline. Was this written by the actual sheriff when Jasper was pretending to be Dr. Is that why?
Maybe.
The reason for the, yeah. I don't know.
Where there is
Chat,
a point where he messes up
here?
the gender, though, right? Like, that's a thing.
Yeah. It's like, oh Lord, I'd have to go through this. I don't know. I'm not really sure where it was, but I'm fairly sure that it happened. I don't know. It could also be crazy. In the last letter from the sheriff, I don't think he says anything other than Dr. Cortes. There's no he or she or Will.
Right.
And I did think that was a little strange because he says the name like 2 sentences. Seems like a lot. Like you're avoiding gender pronouns. I don't know why. Let's see.
I don't remember where that was, but we both felt the same way. I remember we had a long discussion about it.
Yeah. I'm reading the 3rd one right now. And that's also like all Dr. Cortes and the doc. Well, now I feel like a crazy person.
I do too.
Ugh.
Oh, I found it.
Ooh,
So box. It was in box 4 at the end of the letter. The sheriff says, I don't know if you care to hear it, but consider this your notice. I'm going back out there to get some answers from the good doctor. I'm not going easy on him.
On him.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
And why did we think Dr. Cortes was a woman? We had that well established because we were both surprised by this.
In the first box, there was maybe like on the intake forms or something. There was her full name,
Dr. Willa Cortes.
Yeah.
Dr. Willa Cortes.
So I'm thinking that had to be what happened. That Jasper was impersonating the doctor and went with Will instead of Willa for obvious reasons.
Yep.
And then that's when
which means the sheriff can use the shortened pronoun and not cue off Felix. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting. So back to your original question. Sorry, now that we've solved that, who was writing the letters prior to this one that we are now questioning? I think it was the sheriff.
I think the sheriff, but I think the sheriff is dead now.
Yeah, I think this latest letter is the one that is no longer the sheriff.
And I also happened to come across the grasshopper thing again, and I don't remember how we solved it. It's just like one of the grasshopper.
Was that the rail fence?
It's just, was it?
Yeah, we can figure that out.
No, that was something with Yeah,
that was Sylvia's. You're right. That was Sylvia's. We'll figure that out. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We'll figure out what those equations translate. How those equations translate. All right. Well, given that, how you feeling about all this information we downloaded today and kind of started to parse through?
It's kind of a lot. But yeah, I think that I think there's a bit to go through here, and we could probably call this for today, and then come back next week and start going through all of this crazy nonsense.
I think it would be. I think it would be wise for us to come back next week, review what we have so far, maybe talk about a puzzle or two, and try to start putting together some complete thoughts on what's happening here. We're about 6 months into this thing, and it's only getting weirder.
I wonder how many. I don't remember how many boxes.
I don't remember.
Remember reading it anywhere?
No.
I want to say it's 6. We might be coming up on the end of this.
Oh, all right. Well, this was box 5. This is box 5.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. It was kind of a short one today, but we wanted to get back to it. I'm a little afraid we're going to run out of content again this month, so we'll probably have a 2-week break at the end of August and slip into September. But we're going to stick with it. We're going to finish this one out.
Spars.
That's okay. That's okay.
You can check the video on demand here when Trey.
As soon as we're done, the VOD will pop onto Twitch. This is actually two different shows. My bad for making it confusing by using the same overlay with 2 different names, 2 different shows. On Monday we have The Solution After Dark, and on Saturday we do The Solution. We are much further into this series than the other one. You can check all the old ones out on YouTube. I recommend it. It's good. But with that, we will be back on Monday for The Solution After Dark, where we're about to go into box puzzle solving for box 2, or we're about to go into box 2 for The Solution After Dark with the mountain. It's so glorious mountain.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're about to go into box 2 for Radiant Mountain and the Empty Faces boxes. Awesome, man.
Awesome, Spars.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah,
definitely don't spoil yourself on these ones, but go back on our YouTube channel and check out the early ones when you're done.
Yeah. Or you can solve it alongside us.
For sure.
However you want to do it. I don't know.
Either way.
Lots of solutions. But anyway, we digress. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Twitch. Twitter, you can find us at Attack of Op. On Twitch, you can find us at Attack of Op. You've probably already found us there, or you found us on YouTube, which may one day also be at Attack of Op.
Someday.
But yeah, check us out. We currently have a contest going. If you follow us on Twitch, you can be entered to our first 100 followers. We're going to have a random drawing of the first 100 people, and we're going to give away a PHB, a DMG, and 2 sets of dice. So if you would like to be entered in that drawing, all you need to do is follow us on Twitch. We'll do a drawing. And with that, we will see you tomorrow for Attack of Opportunity, where everyone may die. We don't know. It's chaos.
We got a big old baddie, guys. It's going to be really fun tomorrow.
Yeah, so join us tomorrow for... Yeah, I don't know that everybody... If anyone makes it out, not everybody is making it out. But we'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. with Attack of Opportunity D&D. Hope to see you there. Spars, yes, come check it out. It's awesome. It got really good in the last few weeks. Like we've always had fun with it, but I think the story that we're developing got real good in the last few weeks. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what changed, but I'm happy with it. So yeah, we'll see you then. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Bye.
Bye, guys.